interesting. Hmm. Okay, so have an issue with the camera here. Oh, better turn that down. All right, looks like we're fine. We're live. How's everyone doing? The camera is being a little funky. It keeps going in and out of focus. That's why I'm a little late. I was trying to fix it. Not gonna get fixed. So we'll just have to move on. But welcome to the Monday night live stream. Probably only gonna go an hour tonight, so be prepared. Watching and writing Christmas cards. All right, Dennis. And do you come from a land down under? What's up, Fish Gang? K Stew? I almost said Gang Stew. Hello. We'll give everyone a couple minutes. I came down with a little bug yesterday. I caught a cold. I wasn't intending to, but it got thrown my way. I caught it, and I'm just now getting over it. But I have a feeling I'm going to start getting stuffed up once he's talk for a long time. Usually when I'm sick and I talk for a long time, I get a little stuffed up. So we'll see how long. I'll try to make it the whole way, but we'll see. My granddaughter just got her Blue Dream shrimp for Christmas. They look great in there. Awesome. Blue Dreams are some of my favorite shrimp. I found some in my fish room, so I got some and I sold them, and then there must have been extras in there because I just came across a couple extra, I think 2 weeks ago ish. But anyways, that was pretty fun. It's always nice to find things like that. Usually you don't plan on catching a cold. I don't know. When I was younger, I tried to catch a cold all the time. Don't have to go to school if you catch a cold. Wow, that audio is way delayed. Well, someone else is saying that it's okay, so maybe restart your browser? Maybe? Psycho says, me too, didn't go to work. Nice. I, unfortunately, well, I mean, I work for myself, so I can't really say unfortunately, but I did get some work today done, working on tidying up loose ends as far as insulation in the fish room, because it's below freezing now almost every night, and the heat has been running nonstop. I got the PUD bill, and I was like, holy smokes. So more insulation. That's what I was doing today. Looks good to me. All good on my end. Yeah, I think audio's fine. Just restart the browser and you should be all right. Barbara Jackson, hello. Finally got some of your rain. It's been raining all day and night. Audio visual sync fine for me. Yeah, showing good on my end too, so I think we're good. You're sick too? Everyone's sick. Everyone. Not everyone. A fair amount of people. Hey. Don't lick the couch. Please remember to hit the like button. Yes, thank you, Ginger, for the $5 super chat. Do please hit the like button. And get your questions. Get your questions out there. Let's get some questions going. Oh, who did I just see? Bob Vance. Bob Vance. That's why your beard is getting longer. It is. It is getting longer. Bob, can you see me? Yes. I can see you. Brian, you said it, not me. You said it, not me. I lost nearly 30 shrimp the other day. All died overnight. Saved some, though. Just did a water change, but all the water tests said that the water was fine. There's certainly a lot of things you can't test for. Like, if you're in a well, probably not as big of an issue, but like if you're on city water, in the winter, you really got to watch it because they like to really dose chemicals in the winter. At least around here, when it rains a lot, you can pretty much smell the chlorine in the water. It's disgusting. The cold has me sealing cold rooms with shirts under the doors. Yep. I mean, I haven't done that, but I did order. As a matter of fact, I still think I have it up on my screen here. Self-adhesive seal strip weather strip for windows and doors. Curtis with the $1 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. And Fish Tank Barn did a really cool fish room, fish store tour. So check it out. It says, installation fun. I understand pain. Been there and done that. You got it way worse than me, though. You got it way worse than me. Here, it's like 30 degrees. It's like, oh my gosh, it's cold. It's like 30 below. But thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Bob, can female tetras become egg-bound? Yes. A few of my female candy cane, ooh, I love those, and black phantom tetras are very bloated. Epsom baths, feeding peas, and metro, sure, for weeks, and still bloated. Let's see. Let me read that again. Oh, you did try salt. Are you sure they're just not fat? Usually the Epsom salt will work for all of the above. Have you lost any? I would probably, maybe, I mean, I don't know if you're quarantining, but I'd probably take them out, feed them way, 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 way less than you would as if you're in a community tank, and just keep an eye on them. But I would continue on with what you're doing. I mean, that's exactly what I would do. It's always best to reach for the stars. Dechlorinator also adds nutrients with the better brands. I always dechlorinate. Always. 46 here today. Real mild winter so far. Yeah, we've just had... Oh, Aqua Discovery. What's going on, buddy? I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. Carrie, hello. Thank you for the $1 super chat, by the way. I appreciate it. I was at Forest Lake Pets... I was at... A little confused there. Sorry about that. Let me start over. I was at Forest Lake Pets Shop today in Forest Lake, Minnesota. Amazing LFS here. Got some rainbows and plants. Nice. What kind of rainbows? I'm always happy to hear about rainbow fish. Always. He's asking if you can see him because he's peeking in your window right now. Nope. You cannot see in my windows right now. I board up the windows when I live stream. Otherwise, the dogs will see outside. And there's this gray cat that loves to walk in front of the windows and torment my dogs all day long, back and forth. So one of these days, I'm going to let him out. And that cat's really going to be sorry. But I do have to close the windows when I stream. 60 degrees in Cali, everyone running around with full winter coats. That's funny how that works. Do neons not like softer water? They should. My mom has 2 electric blue rams and neons in her 60-gallon, and neons keep dying. It's pretty common. The water tests well, but she says she has water softener installed. So they come from the Amazon, which is pretty soft water to begin with. So that shouldn't be the issue. The bigger issue is finding quality neon tetras. If you're buying them from like a certain pet shop, I would maybe try a different pet shop. Because there's some farms out there that are just really don't have very good quality neon tetras at all. It's not always best, Bob. My Botia took the long leap over the weekend. Ugh. Yep. I think it was Santa in the window. Well, he's early. He's delivering my coal way too early this year. You got them from different sources. Wonder if they look good in our plant. Oh, wait. You just said they got different sources, huh? I mean, if your water is testing fine, I would really... I don't know. They generally don't have an issue with soft water. So I really don't think that would be it. There's got to be something else going on. Hope your neighbor with the cat are not watching. I mean, if they are watching, I mean, it wouldn't matter. Like, it's on my property. So if my dogs kill it on my property, then not my problem. They seen the dogs. They know. They got fair warning. I always thank you for answering my question. Oh. I wish I had a better answer for you, man. I really do. Just neon tetras are just like, I would buy like 40 of them and expect to get like 20 by the time they all stop dying off. Like, that's how bad neon tetras can be. But there's some good ones out there. There are some good sources, but just I don't know. They're getting real touchy these last few years. The Aquariist, I don't know how to say your name, but there you go. Can Corys tolerate salt for treatment? I pulled one out of the tank into a hospital tank and it has some fuzzy bumps on its tail. So I actually have a video dedicated to treating salt and Corydoras. And yes. I would be very cautious and not just throw in a bunch of salt at once. I would start with low dosage and work your way up. But yeah, they can handle a day or two of salt. Different sources don't always mean different farms. That is true as well. I got Millennium Reds and Dwarf Neons. I need some narrow leaf Java Fern. Yes, I agree. Narrow leaf or needle leaf. My favorite ferns. My favorite Java ferns. The only floating plant I can get to survive is duckweed. Is there any secret to the others? I mean, Mark, they should all be fairly easy. Floating plants are some of the easiest plants to grow because they're right up by the light. They don't need a lot of light. There are some that will suck up nutrients really fast. So duckweed doesn't really need a lot to live. It basically needs nothing. It's the worst. Other floating plants, they do consume nitrates super fast. So if you have a low stock tank or you're not fertilizing, you might have to start fertilizing because they'll suck it up real quick. What are your thoughts on fishing? I have grown out of it over the years because I love fish too much. I fished a lot when I was younger. I'm not really like into it now. Like I want to fish when I go hiking and do like overnights. But otherwise, I don't really fish. But I mean, I still have like all my fishing gear. I love fish. I think they taste great. It has nothing to do with me being in the aquarium hobby though. It's just, out of all the stuff I enjoy, fishing is way down on the list. So there's just lots of other things I would rather do. I've been looking for another dog today. Sweet. I approve. What would you recommend as a tank mate to salt and pepper Corydoras and orange shrimp and a 20 long rainbow fish? Duh. Down with duckweed. I love it. Xanadu. Down with duckweed. Felicia says, about 16 neons from the wet spot tropical fish and they all survived and have been in my tanks for 3 months now. Yeah, I would highly recommend buying neon tetras from the wet spot tropical fish. And that is coming from someone who's not even a fan of the wet spot tropical fish. But they do have really good neon tetras. I cannot deny it. Gotta be honest. Even though I don't like them, I still gotta say their neon tetras are some of the best. 20 out of 40, so optimistic. I had more like 10% survival. That's why I keep no neons anymore. One lone one lasted 2 years and was huge and fat. They get pretty big. They do get pretty big. A lot of people don't realize. I ordered some fish from Dan's Fish. I've never had a shipment in winter. I'm kind of nervous about it. He is holding all fish until January, but still, it'll be just fine. Dan knows what he's doing. I wouldn't stress about it at all. Regina Phalanges. They'll be just fine. Granted that there's no delays. I mean, there was a major hub that got taken out by the tornadoes, but hopefully that'll all be fixed come January. But yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about getting fish from Dan. He has like 99.996% survival rate. Something ridiculous like that. I'm probably wrong, but it's pretty close. What plants would I recommend for a plant beginner? Anubias. For sure, Anubias. It would also depend on your water. Like a lot of people say like Java Fern is really easy and beginner plant, but it really depends on your water. It can be, but if you have really soft water, Java Fern probably not going to be that easy for you. So Anubias, Crips, Jungle Val is a really easy one. Depending on like your tanks and lighting, there's a lot of Rotala species that are really easy to grow. If you're into the stem plants. So yeah. Sagittaria, any version of Sagittaria is a good beginner plant. My neons are bigger than my guppies. Half my 20 are still around 1.5 years later. Great to know. Thanks, Bob. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would have any concern over Dan's fish. Susan, how you doing? Good to see you. I've lost a few fish today. Been a week since the water change. A rainbow clown loach, another rainbow. No clear signs of anything when testing water, but the rainbow seemed a little sluggish. If they're acting lethargic, if you don't have an air stone, I'd probably throw an air stone in there. There may just be oxygen, lack of oxygen. Ordered a beta something Kakina Cokes. I don't know. But anyways, from Dan, and they came in great. Also ordered on the week of the big cold front in South Dakota, so he definitely does a great job. Yeah, I don't think you'll find anyone that complains about his shipping. I complain about it jokingly because every fish comes individually bagged and it takes forever to unbag your fish. But that's kind of like a joke, obviously. While you guys freeze in America, us with winter think we in Australia are sweating our butts off. It's easier to stay warm than it is to stay cool. Bushfire season. I had a pretty good fire going the other day. A roaring fire. Sagil took over your tank. It's a great plant, but it'll get out of control pretty easily. Well, it just depends. I mean, if you want that like really bushy carpeted look, get yourself some dwarf sag. I'm telling you. Mike's girlfriend kept the dog, so I really want another one. Now I miss the dogs so much. Yeah, dogs are just amazing. I don't know what I would do. I could never not have a dog. I'll convince my mom to get rainbows instead of neons. Any specific recommendations for a 60-gallon planet with rams and a cleanup crew? You're pretty open with 60 gallons. If you want something that's inexpensive but still pretty cool, like the dwarf neon rainbows, or the scientific name is Pracox. They're usually like $5-6, so you can get a pretty good sized school of them. They get about 3 inches full grown, and they have red fins and kind of like a bluish silvery body, so those are pretty neat. Rattlesnake plant, that is true. You know what? It kind of closes up at night, which I find very interesting. This plant right here. Better late than never. Welcome, Audrey. Welcome. Dan's the best. Yes, they are packaged next level. I've had success with beta bulb packs from Petco. Beta bulb packs. I'm not sure what that is. Aponegatons are huge, and I don't do much for them. Beta bulb. What does beta have to do with bulbs? I don't get it. Is that maybe that's just how they're marketing it? I guess. Out of control dwarf Sagittaria is a perfect spawning place. Barbara, what you do in your own free time is none of our business, all right? Just saying. Beta bulb packs. I do love Aponegatons. However, I don't like that they're seasonal, so they die off every year. Not like, obviously, they grow back, but it's kind of annoying sometimes. Kamatha says, same, I would never be without a dog. They are the best. Yes, they are. Beta is a marketing term. Yeah, same with videos. If you put beta in a video title, you're pretty much going to get a video that does well. I get it. Same here in New Zealand. It's the holidays, but there is a tropical storm. BJ Palmer. BJ Palmer requested Christmas music during the live stream, so maybe a little bit later we'll play some Christmas music just for BJ. Got a shipment of 50 Cardinals yesterday, and my wife put them in the black Ghost Night tank and the quarantine tank by mistake, and he ate them all in 2 hours. Yikes. Yikes. That is a, that is some feast. Some feast. Holy smokes. I don't even know what to say to that. I don't. That is the worst. Put them in my black Ghost Knife tank. Oh, man. That hurts, buddy. I'm sorry. 50 Cardinals. That's not cheap. Oh, man. Felicia says, I've never mixed loaches before. I have a 40 breeder with 6 hill streams. Could I also do 6 dwarf chain loaches? Absolutely. Or is that begging for trouble? No. There won't be any. They're not generally like super overly hyper aggressive fish. So you should be fine. The thing is what do you have? Loaches, 40 breeder, yeah, hill streams and dwarf, yeah. You'll be just fine. I'll give them a go and keep us updated. Whatever the plant is behind you, Bob, it's beautiful. I just got one last week. Well, there's one up here, which I don't know what that is. And this one is Rattlesnake, and it's really cool. I want to go back and get a lot more. Camantha says, love Christmas music too. I know. I love it. A lot of people hate it, but I love Christmas music. Ginger Grumble with the $5 super chat says, yay, Christmas music. Also, please hit the like. Where'd my like thing go? Ooh, we're already almost at 100 likes. Just a few more. I have low KH and GH. I see people say their water is soft when they have both low KH and GH, and hard water when they are both high. What determines soft or hard GH or KH? Technically, you can have hard or soft water with high or low KH or GH. So that's really... it's one of those, I don't know, it's hard to explain. So KH is basically just your buffering capacity. If you have no KH, then your pH, you're going to have massive pH swings all over the place. And that's going to be very harmful to your fish. So it's not really, I wouldn't think of it like hard or soft, because you could have like 0 KH and a billion GH and still have hard or soft water, or vice versa. So it's kind of weird. I would highly recommend, like, there's some really good articles about GH, KH, and pH and how they all play a role. I would highly recommend reading. It's because it's one of those, or like just do a Google search. There's all kinds of articles, like I said. It's one of the things that's kind of like hard to explain, but not. It's just weird. Just weird. Can I use water that comes from my water softener? My water is so hard. Yeah. I mean, I would be careful. If your fish are already used to hard water, you know, I wouldn't put a lot of soft water in there at once. But if there's nothing wrong with your fish, then I'd probably just let it be. I watched my first Christmas movie today. I still have not watched a Christmas movie. I will be watching Christmas Vacation, National Lampoons, eventually. Bob, do bristlenose need to have algae wafers, or are they good with extreme flakes and make their way to the bottom of the tank? I don't think I'd... So, here's the thing. When they're younger, extreme flakes are going to be just fine, right? They're going to need the protein to grow. When they're older, they definitely prefer greens or algae over, foods that are high in protein. So, if you've got like algae growing in your tank and you're using extreme, you're probably okay. But again, plecos in general, same with Corydoras, are fish that you want to specifically feed, like not extra flake that gets left behind, but you want to specifically feed them separately. The drawing on the wall behind you, did you see that? I see everything. I'm confused by that comment. I do see it. I've got an empty 40 breeder. What would you get for it that's different, yet still breedable in captivity? There's nothing there. Blue Water Gym. Unbelievable. Dropping into lurk mode. Are you done? Like, they don't even know what they're barking at. Like, they're just sitting on the couch. All right. Where was that question at? Oh, here we go. Blue Water Gym. I've got an empty 40 breeder. What can I get for it that is different, yet still breedable in captivity? I already have a ton of fish that are run-of-the-mill, for lack of a better term. I've seen Christmas Vacation 3 times now. Never gets old. 40. So are you wanting like a community tank and something in that tank breeds? Or are you setting up this 40 breeder specifically for a breeding tank? When do you get your breeding pygmy cories, Bob? Probably not till after the holidays at this point. I mean, I don't know. Definitely not this week, and I'd be really surprised Yeah, probably not till next year. Disc UFO drawing. Yes, I see it. I see the UFO drawing. Is there a question related to my drawing, or it's not mine? I didn't draw it. You told me someone's peeking in the window. I've not watched Christmas Vacation yet, but did watch 3 different versions of Scrooge. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed about not getting those pygmy quarries, but I mean, eventually I will. So I can't complain. I mean, they're gonna be free, so if they take a month, they take a month. Like, they're free. I can't complain. Specifically, a breeding tank. Now, is this also something that you're just doing for fun, or is it something you're actually looking to make some moolah? Something different. Something different and not run of the mill. I don't know what that means. Did you see it? Like, insert. I don't know what that means. Like, I can see it. It's right here. It's right behind me. Of course I see it. I don't know what that question means. I'm so confused. I've seen Elf like 12 times. I've never seen Elf. 40 gallons. Honestly, if it was me, I would get like a pleco colony, but I know a lot of people don't like plecos. Maybe I would look into some Tanganyikans if you're able to sell Tanganyikans in your area. Like, I can't breed Tanganyikans here because not a single person would buy them in my state. My bristlenose got bigger. They preferred my neon tetras over any food I put in there. That's really bizarre. I've never seen a bristlenose go after a live fish before. Are you guys still doing those camping videos? If we ever go camping, we will certainly make a video about it. That's all I can say. Like, I'm down to go anytime. Anytime. Just fun. If I get a free can of fish food from the local fish store, it's a bonus. I don't know. I really like breeding plecos and 40-gallon breeders. You know, there's certainly a lot of run-of-the-mill plecos, like your bushy-nose plecos, but there's a lot of plecos that are not run-of-the-mill that might cost you $1,000 for a breeding colony, but that just means you can sell them for more. But some that are really, like, there's some bushy-nose plecos even that are not run-of-the-mill, like the LDA 08, a dwarf bushy-nose pleco. Like, why aren't people breeding those like crazy? They sell like hotcakes. They're way more expensive than a standard bristlenose, and they only get like 3 inches. But no one's breeding them. Like, what the heck? Or like the Starlight, the L180, 181, L182, L183. 183 is my favorite. But those all you can just colony breed. It's super. I mean, they're beautiful. They sell like hotcakes, but no one's breeding them anymore. Any Batis in your future in your fish room? I could see that potentially happening. Currently, no, but it wouldn't surprise me if I end up with a few, because I really like the Black Tiger Dario, and I would love to get him again. Odd question here. How do you think shell dwellers would do with angels? Kenny, I think if you had a tall enough tank and wide enough, where like you could have your shells on the one side and not shells on the other side. So like the shell dwellers stay over here, your angels can be up top and over here and have some room to run. I bet it would work. Just know that angels and their longer fins might be an issue. But I'm sure there's someone out there doing it. I think Kurt Russell makes the best Santa Claus. I really like... he does. He made a good Santa Claus. What was the movie that he was Santa Claus in? I don't even remember. But I like Tim Allen as Santa Claus, to be honest. When I feed French green beans to my pleco colony, the water clouds up so much. Any ideas how to prevent that? That's just something you got to deal with. French cut green beans. I think your water is going to be cloudy regardless. I don't know. If you're feeding like a whole can at once, like I did, that's how I did mine, and it was always cloudy. I don't know how you can avoid that. Yours are longfin albini bushy nose in a 40-gallon. Yeah, I think the only thing you could do is like feed less over a longer period of time. Hello all, CO2 noob question. I'm going to be doing CO2 in the new fish room. How long will a 5-pound canister last you? Generally speaking, on average bubble count. So with just one tank, I usually went like 3 months. Every 3 months I had to fill up my 5-pound thing. And it was like $17 or something every 3 months. It was super cheap. I currently have the like the paintball size. I don't know how big that is. But you know, I mean, it's like that long. I don't know. So I have one of those. I have a 5-pound and a 20-pound. And the 20-pound one, I had that running for years and I never had to refill it. It's crazy. Christmas Chronicles. I feel like I've seen it. Like I can see it in my head of him being Santa Claus. Christmas Chronicles. I mean, Kurt Russell is one of my favorite actors, regardless. Wasn't he like a grumpy Santa Claus or something like that? I don't remember. I know I've seen this movie. I've definitely seen this movie because I've watched 98 of 105 minutes. After accidentally crashing Santa's sleigh, a brother and sister pull an all-nighter to save Christmas. That's right. Yeah, I've seen this. Alright, coming back. Thank you, Steenfott. I just took the plunge on a regular. Let the bubbles fly. You'll be surprised how fast your plants are going to grow. Is there recommended or minimal tank volume, turnover rate, normal filtration, choosing filters? Your dog wanted to be heard by your audience. I don't really go by like... I think that's something that a lot of newer people in the hobby get sucked into because it's advertised a lot. Like, ooh, this filter does 900 gallons per hour, when really it does like 100. But, or they'll advertise like, this on a 55-gallon tank will turn over your water like 8 times an hour. I don't buy into all that nonsense because, I mean, how do you explain like sponge filters or tanks with no filters at all? So yeah, I don't recommend, you know, turnover, filtration rate. I do think flow is essential, especially in planted tanks. But again, there's so many variables. Like obviously a 55-gallon with like a dozen neon tetras don't need the same filtration as like a 55-gallon with, you know, 12 parrot cichlids and some African cichlids thrown in there and some jack. We've all seen those tanks, right? It was just massive amounts of random cichlids. So there's just too many variables to have like a set recommended number. Have I ever dealt with white fungus spreading on the substrates that smells like sulfur? If so, what did you do about it? I haven't. Life is good. The only time I've ever come across white fungus is on like new wood that I put in the tank. You'll get like this weird white creamy stuff, but Bristledale pleccos go crazy over it. So I've never seen a white fungus. If it is a fungus, you could treat it like a fungus. You could just salt it or use, you know, any type of medication. My honey gourami is a 24/7 poop machine. Is that normal? Yes. Yes. Yep. Just finished decorating my Christmas tree. I wish I could see everyone's Christmas trees. I love Christmas. But my FX6 is good for 400 gallons. I want to put an FX6 on like a 10-gallon tank. I have a yellow rainbow fish destroying my crypt parva just for fun. Looks like puppy raging on his toy. So there are some rainbows that destroy plants. There's rainbows that eat plants. So yeah, not really much you can do about that. Let's see. I'm afraid to use CO2 mainly because I don't know anything about it and feel like it would explode. Well, it's not going to explode. Kenneth Nolan, it's not that scary. I have a couple of 5-pound canisters hooked up to smallish tanks. It's all about regulators. Good ones are trustworthy. Yeah, it's not going to explode. Oxygen tank? Okay, that might explode. I have one hang-on back filter. Every other filter I own is a sponge filter. I love sponge filters. Me too. For instance, like my 125, it's got a bajillion guppies in it. It's got rainbows in it. It's got apistos in it. It's got Corydoras and shrimp and everything. It's a 125-gallon tank. It's about 60% full, and it just has one of those internal CHA filters. That's it. And the water is like immaculate. Granted, there's a billion plants in it, but still. 105 likes for 105 viewers. Please hit the like button. Yes. Hit the like button. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, look at that. Look at all the Christmas tree photos people are sending me. Ooh, that's a nice one. Ooh, my phone started blowing up and I thought something went wrong. You fooled me. You faked me out. You faked me out. I'm like that with my propane grill too. It freaks me out. Meanwhile, I walk around my propane torch just burning everything. Like, burn it all. Burn everything. Blow it all up. I don't care. I feel like my wallet would explode. CO2 is an expensive investment to start, but then very cheap to maintain. Like, very cheap. Very cheap. And the amount of plants you can grow would pay for it in no time flat. Now, there's obviously extra work. Like, you'd have to sell your plants. You'd have to ship them. You got to go to the post office. Ugh, that's the worst. But you will, like, if you put CO2 on stem plants, you're going to be trimming like every 3 days. And, which is why come next year, you're going to see plants for sale on my website. So look forward to that if you want some plants. I will be selling plants on my website come January. Probably the end of January, like when winter calms down. But yeah, I'm going to have CO2 going. So I'm going to have all kinds of extra plants. Clippings and all kinds of stuff. Do you ever see yourself getting into reef tanks? Yes. I never understood the hype, but after getting one, I'm hooked, especially with the corals. I could stare at them all day. Absolutely. I have a 33-gallon long, and the only reason I keep this tank around is because I want a reef tank. I have kept this tank for years. I refuse to get rid of it because someday, somewhere, I'll have a perfect spot to put a 33 long, and it'll be really basic, like pulsing xenia or green star pulp, something really easy, and a couple shrimp. And that's it, but I think it'll be awesome. I think it'll be sweet eventually, someday. I've had a reef tank before, and it was really fun. And it's just a whole nother side of the hobby. Like, people will get into arguments like, "Oh, salt is better than fresh. Fresh is better than salt." I don't think one's better than the other. I just think it's like it just opens up so many more doors and so many more ways to like empty your bank account. It's wonderful. It really is. Committed, I lied. CO2 arts regulators so much. I bought a second one. Just saying. Oh, I liked CO2 arts. Okay. Very tempted to start a zoa garden. And actually, when I used to do my salt tank, you have your frags. I started fragging Anubias in my sumps, and that was actually really fun. And it made a decent amount of money. Obviously, Anubias grows slow. But still, was able to sell Anubias frags. It was kind of neat. Ginger Grumble with the $5 super chat. Reef Tank Fund. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, but I could totally like start salt tomorrow. I have everything. I mean, I got I have a brined shrimp pond, so I've got bags of salt. I got it all. It would be very easy to just start a saltwater tank tomorrow. Are you going to Aquatic? Susan for SLC Aquatics. CJ wants to know if you're going to Aquaticon in April. David and I bought our oh, nice. Nice. Susan. Yeah, Mike, when I had cats, no glass bulbs or expensive ornaments, paper, chains, and plastic beads. This is Jack Burton at Pork Chop Express, and I'm talking to whoever's listening out there. I like to do a saltwater tank, but it's so expensive to start up. See, I don't think it's any more expensive than starting up a freshwater like Planet tank. Like if you go like full on like 90-gallon overflow sump, protein skimmer, all that nonsense, then sure. But really, you know, start with like a Fowler tank, like fish only with live rock, Fowler acronym. And then go from there. Like, you don't need protein skimmers or any of that nonsense. Now I'm lucky. My water is basically RO out of the tap, so that helps with, you know, being and doing salt stuff. So I really do fancy a reef tank, but everyone always puts me off. I don't know. Again, I've only done it once, okay? And I only did like super easy stuff. Well, because I knew my skill level. Like, I'm not gonna go buy $5 billion corals when I know I'm a noob, but it was easy and it was fun. Rocky Miles with the 99-cent dog sticker, thank you. Always love me a good dog. CJ Black got to go catch the rest on replay, the replay crew. Thank you, CJ, I appreciate it. It's 2021, no discriminating. I keep my BioCube reef tank on one side of my TV and my Congo spotted puffer tank on the other side. It's the best of both worlds. I think, like I said, salt, fresh. The only reason I go more salt is because, you know, I love rainbow fish. I love planet tanks. So I go more fresh. Did I say salt? Fresh. I'm already looking at them. I have wondered about turning my CO2 because it's unfamiliar to me. Also, I'd rather spend more and get something that's reliable. Yeah, if you're like on the fence about getting CO2, one thing I would not recommend is like the DIY soda bottle CO2. I think that turns more people away from CO2 than people like that expand on beyond that. They're really just not good. You always have to mess with them. The pressure is always different, and it's just a pain in the butt. And I see people with the start these DIY CO2 bottle systems, and they just like a month later, I'm like, "How's it going?" They're like, "I just threw it all away. It was a pain in the butt." And then you get like, you know, you do get the elitists like, "Ooh, the CO2 DIY, it works perfect." Well, good for you, but that's not normal. It's not normal. You can even do a 30, even a 20-gallon clownfish tank. So one thing I definitely will never get is a clownfish. Sorry. Like, I don't know. I feel like everyone under the sun that does salt has clownfish. And I don't know, like, they're cool and all, but I want something different. Something different. Regina says that 150-gallon reef tank. I was broke after keeping it for a couple years. Plus, I had to pay a guy to help me out. I could see the challenges, definitely, of huge reef tanks are stupid expensive. But I feel like if you're growing your corals and you're fragging them and you're selling them, I feel like that makes up a lot of the cost. But maybe it doesn't. Then why not start it tomorrow? Are you asking me why I don't start a salt tank tomorrow? Because I have absolutely no good place to put a 33 long in my fish room. It would be so out of place, like in a random spot. It just wouldn't work. Fluval has a great saltwater starter package. I'm jealous. I love white clouds. All right. What was the black and white saltwater fish you had? That was really cool. That was a Bengai Cardinal fish. Bengay Cardinal. I will say I do like the clownfish that are I don't even know what they're called, but they're like black and white instead of like orange and white. Passive CO2 question. Have you done it? Technically, I think almost everyone in the hobby has done a passive CO2 system, whether you realize it or not. Any advice on applicator refilling system? So passive could really mean anything. Really, if you put an air stone in your aquarium, you're pumping in CO2. Not very much, obviously, but a little bit. I've never done like a passive, like an actual where you put the bottle in and then you pump it up through the bottle. I honestly have no idea how those work. I've never looked into it. I need a CO2 guide for dummies. I would probably suffocate the fish without some help. There's definitely black and white are Ocellaris. Ocellaris. Yeah, I just look at the saltwater wholesale list every once in a while, and there's like all these fancy names for clownfish. I don't know. I was told to not get CO2 tanks filler swapped at a welding shop, but get medical grade. I don't know why that would matter. Mine are always, I've always refilled mine at a medical shop. I will say maybe the medical ones look better because the ones at welding shops are trash. Like I bought a brand new CO2 tank and went to have it filled, and they brought back like this 20-year-old piece of garbage, and I was like, no, this is a display item. I just gave you a brand new tank. There's no way I'm taking this piece of crap. And so I made him take it back and give me my original one back. Heck no. No. Not happening. I went FX4 and a 40 breeder. Was a cheap find on Craigslist. See, I feel like that's appropriate. Like, nothing wrong with that. ABC Aquatic Biotope Creation. What's going on? Paula, $20 super chat for the energy. Well, thank you, Paula. That's very nice of you. I appreciate it. I knew it was going to be a lot, but it was still more than I thought. But that's all right. Hopefully with all this extra insulation, and there's a few cracks that had to be sealed up as well, and hopefully the next one will be a little bit lower. Hopefully. But I'm going to plan on it being high just in case. And cross my fingers that it's lower. Nemo will never go away. You're telling me, man. You cannot get away from Nemo, ever. Alex said, Jimmy just did a video for the co-op on Ocean Aquarium in San Francisco. Yes, I haven't got a chance to watch that one yet. But that guy is the guy that owns Ocean Aquariums is like super nice. Like the nicest guy ever. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. It is on my list of videos to watch, though. Just haven't had time yet. The advice I got was to look for beverage beer supply people. The CO2 has the meat that has to meet health standards that way. That's just really weird. I mean, nothing is going in the bottle besides CO2. See, it's one thing if you get like, if you're buying like these 275 gallon totes that have like oil in them, like, okay, you know, those buy food grade for sure, right? That makes sense. But just a CO2 bottle getting filled, I don't know. There must be something I'm missing there, but it just doesn't make sense to me. Like CO2 is CO2. I don't know. I wish I had an LFS like that near me. I wish I had an LFS near me. Any LFS. I don't have an LFS anymore. I was thinking about trying the CO2 kit from Boost Plants. Okay, let me look at this. I'm not familiar, but I want to look it up real quick. CO2 kits. Is there a specific one? Like, is it branded? Notify? No, don't notify me. Get that crap off my screen, stupid pop-ups. I don't know. There's a couple different ones. Aquario Neo CO2 DIY kit. What is this? I don't know. This will clearly take more time to look into. When I used CO2, I had mine filled at paintball shops. Yep. Like Dick's Sporting Goods sometimes will fill them. Industrial CO2 may have dry lubes in it. I don't even know what that means. So clearly, I'm out of my element. Donnie, you're out of your element. I used a propane torch and burnt my homemade tank stand before sealing it. Lisa, that is one of my favorite looks when I made my windowsills in this room. Not that you can see them. But I did the same thing. I burned them and then stained them, and they look really good. I did like a really dark, like rustic orange stain, and I gotta say, they look pretty awesome. With how inconsistent the CO2 places sound, makes me think the short, balding guy in Lorax selling air has become a reality. Bob, Bellingham Aquatics is pretty good for an LFS. Yes, but an LFS means local, and Bellingham is certainly not local. If I gotta drive an hour to get somewhere, it's not local. But I've never been there, so maybe one day when things calm down, I'll at least drive up and check it out. But that's pretty far for what I would consider local. My last local fish store was like 5 minutes away before they closed down, and it was great. And the owner of that store is really nice too. Without inconsistent, already got that one. Justin Ocean Aquarium uses an ingenious passive CO2 system. He demos in the videos. His planted tanks are lovely. I agree. Used to get mad at him because he wouldn't sell me half the plants I wanted. If I had to guess, welding CO2 only has to be 99% pure, and medical has to be 99.1, and medical is 89 times more expensive. There you go. That doesn't sound like official numbers, but 0.1% difference. I have a saltwater fish shower curtain. That's probably all I'll ever have. Is it a Nemo saltwater shower curtain? Here we go. Medical grade CO2 has 99.99% purity rating. Both beverage and food grade CO2 have 99.95. Industrial CO2 has 99.9 purity range. Food grade CO2 is in fact beverage grade. So I think that's great. That's great information. Thank you. I guess it depends on what the cost is, because 99.9 versus 99.95 seems like a very minuscule amount. Like, if it's maybe like $1 more to fill up, then sure. But if it's like $20 more, like double, no. I'll stick with my industrial CO2. I use a SodaStream carbonated water maker and added 1 cup of my water to my tank, and plants went green fast. I always wondered about those soda maker things. Always wondered about those. Well, don't forget to hit the like button if you're new. Hit the like button. Medical grade acid rain. All right. As opposed to industrial grade acid rain. I don't know. Sounds awesome. I used a dark charcoal seal. Nice. Oh, charcoal. That's probably what I should have done, because as you can see, the color of my walls, I really wanted like that orange rusty look, like, so I did it. Like, I didn't even care if it didn't match. And to be honest, it really doesn't match this, because this paneling is on the same as like this wall that you can't see, and then I have the white paneling on this side over here. But all other 3 walls are this paneling behind me, and it doesn't really match that well. But like I said, I don't care. I really wanted to do it, and I'm happy, and that's all that matters. Using a blowtorch and ceiling stands looks so nice compared to black paint. I agree. All the stands in my fish room are black, but that's for filming reasons. Maybe burning may be cheaper too, depending on how much you have to do. Yeah, I'm a huge fan. I've been burning stuff since I was a little kid. I love fire. I'll burn anything. I don't care. I carbonated my fish tank water. Sweet. Nice. I'll get all the bubbles in there. Nice. What types of beginner level plants do you plan to sell next year? I don't know that I'll do much beginner plants, to be honest, because there's already a lot of places that do sell beginner plants. And I'm not going to be setting up like a lot of... I mean, I'll have like some Anubias, I'll have some Crypts, but I'm going to have a lot of plants that you've probably never heard of before, and they're should be easy, but I'm going to grow them myself and make sure. Like I got a bunch of new foreground plants that I've never tried before, that are supposed to be easy, but we'll see. So yeah, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. I haven't really worked out all the fine details yet, but we'll see. We will see. ABC, so basically it's all CO2. Yep. Beavis and Butthead. Fire. I can't do Beavis and Butthead. I used to be able to do Beavis. Not anymore, especially not being sick. SodaStream refills are expensive to me because they don't last long. I don't know. I've always wanted to make my own soda because I'm so tired of all the crap I love soda, but I quit drinking it. Every once in a while I'll still drink root beer, but all the crap they put in soda, like I really want to learn to make my own and leave all that crap out. I don't want any of that crap in my soda. Yeah. I was trying to get the name of it. I just know it's passive CO2 kit. It has 2 bottles, basically a fancy DIY kit. The only thing I see is like this Neo CO2 bottle, Neo CO2 bio powder. But I don't know. It just, the way it's presented here looks kind of weird. I'd probably have to watch the video to get a better understanding of how this works. I mean, it's got 87 reviews at 4.5 stars, so I mean, it must work, right? Well, a lot of these before and after pictures are not what I would get excited about, though. That's kind of funny. Anyways. Jennifer, better late than never. I agree. And we've already gone an hour. That is crazy. I think we'll try for hour number 2. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it, but feeling pretty good. I think we can go 2 hours. We are officially in the second hour, so we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Ask away. Fish or not fish related. I don't care. I finished my route just in perfect timing. I just like the carbonated water with my SodaStream. Anytime fizz is my favorite. I do love fizzy drinks. Like the sparkling ice. I used to drink that stuff so much, but again, got some stuff in there that I don't really want anymore in the ingredients. But what comes out could be different because of the differing purge procedures. I don't know. I've never really experienced anything negative refilling at a shop, so I don't know. The only bad experience I've had with CO2 was when I did something stupid. Yeah, every disaster I've had with CO2, which is just twice, and that's when I turn it up too high or I bump it without knowing it, and it turns it up to like full blast. Yeah, it's only been user error. That's only happened twice. Luckily, I caught it in time. I walked in the room and all the fish are gasping at the surface, and the CO2 thing is just bubbles coming out of it like your air stone is on max. And I was like, oh my god. I had to do like a 90% plus water change to save them, but that could have been a huge disaster if I didn't catch it in time. Like I have an imported tank. Its back sticker is black color, and I have white gravel, and I have 1 log in the middle and 3 plants in the back in a row and some pebbles scattered. Is it good? Well, you tell me. It's your tank. If you like it, then it's good. I have an import tank. Like, oh, okay, we just got that one. Yeah. If you like it, then it's good. That's all that matters. I thought you sounded a little stuffy, Bob. Hope you recover soon. Yeah, I just got sick yesterday. And I went and basically went to all-out war with whatever I'm sick with. And I'm feeling phenomenally better than I was yesterday and last night. So I'm guessing by tomorrow I'll be back to 100%. You should have heard me this morning. Like, it was brutal. Brutal. It's so easy to ferment a ginger bug and make a fresh fermented soda. I use my beer CO2 off gassing through 2 liter and feed my tanks my brew air. Interesting. That sounds, I don't know. It's hard for me to picture that in my head because I've never done it, but it sounds very interesting. Very interesting. I don't know. CO2, you don't even need that much. Like when I ran CO2, I only ran it for like 3 hours a day. I had one tank one time that I ran for like 5 hours a day. But yeah, I only ran it for a couple hours a day. Love Jimmy's last video. His last video on his channel or his last video on Co-op's channel? Weird question, but what's your favorite dinosaur? Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of it. Hold on. I've never blanked on this one before. It's so common. Pterodactyls. Gosh, why was I blanking on that one? Pterodactyls. That is by far my favorite, and I blanked on it, and I feel bad. Sorry, pterodactyls that are still alive in the Congo. Don't come kill me. I have 30 fish in a glow. I have 30 fish in it. Glow Daniels, glow Tetras, and Cardinal Tetras. Again, all that matters is that you like it. It is your fish tank. So if you think it's good, then it's good. You're the one that maintains it. You're the one that looks at it, and you're definitely the one that enjoys it. So if it's good for you, it's good for me. Like, I've never kept glowfish, but you know, if you like them, if they're your jam, then be happy. Late to the show, but is that Rattlesnake Plant? Yes, it is. And I think that's, see if my camera, like, if you look at this right here, like in and out of focus, in and out, in and out, in and out. I don't know what, and I think it's the leaves on this plant that maybe, because they're moving. They're moving. It might be confusing my camera. I don't know. The hard life questions. Can I put neon tetras in a planet tank with black skirt tetras? Will they do all right? Against the flow, yes. Yep, they'll do okay. Lead to the show. Oh, I already got that one. Hatchet or tomahawk? I'm going to go with a hatchet because you can also use a hatchet as like a blunt object, right? Well, I'm going to go with hatchet. What's up, Bob? Oh, Rach. How's it going, Rach? Feel like I haven't seen you in months. Hope you're doing well. Carol, that's the best. All right. Dinosaurs in the Congo? You mean the Magloko Mbembe? Something like that? I just know about the tribes that still claim to see pterodactyls flying around in the Congo, which is crazy to think about. No. Pterodactyls, flying dinosaur. Like, there's an issue of National Geographic from the 70s with like a picture with a tribe standing next to a pterodactyl, which is crazy, like a dead one, but still crazy to think about. Autofocus sucks. Yeah, but you know what? As long as it keeps my ugly mug in focus, I don't really care about the stuff in the back. Although it is kind of annoying. I try not to look at it though. Tyrannosaur all day, every day. I'm surprised, like, I was expecting everyone to say, like, oh, Velociraptors, just because of Jurassic Park. My tanks has fish and plants. Is it good? I like it. aquariums with fish and plants are my favorite. So yes, I say it's good. Mountain greenery. Swiss Army or Leatherman? Really? Is that even up for debate? Where is my Leatherman? Oh, it's in my fish room. Wait, it might be right here. I have 3 of them. No, I think I took it out. I think it's in my fish room. One more drawer to check. I do have a Briggs and Stratton carburetor. No, so there you go. Yeah, that's still in the fish room. Mary Page Flynn says, "Hope you feel better, Bob." Thank you. I hope so too. I have no doubt tomorrow I'll be back to 100%. I'm more of a Stegosaurus guy myself. What about Lickalata? Haha, just kidding. Wasn't gonna say it. Not gonna say it. For a brackish tank with flounders and 2 figure-8 puffers, how would you build the substrate of the tank, regardless of size? With flounders, I build the substrate. If you're asking what substrate I would use just use sand with flounders. If the 1% chance there is real is true, I want to taste. I want to wait. If there is a 1% chance they are real, I want a taste of that sweet. Anyways, Albasaurus. Buck or CRKT? Buck. I have no reasons for that one. Tribes in the Congo also believe there is huge aquatic dinosaurs lurking in the depths. Who would know? I mean, if you didn't know like a squid was a squid and you saw a giant squid like floating up and like a dead one float up on the beach, you'd be like, that's a dinosaur. And it probably is a dinosaur. They've probably been around since the dinosaurs. I don't know the exact dates on how long they've been around. But I don't know. Have you seen like the videos of the Mariana Trench? Like there's some weird stuff swimming around at the is the Mariana Trench the deepest part in the ocean? I don't know, but it's really deep. And there's some really weird stuff swimming around down there. How long can chicken eggs stay good in the fridge? Mine are 3.5 months old. So it really depends. Like, are they fresh? Like, do you have your own chickens? If you have your own chickens and they're laying eggs, I would have no issues eating them if they were like months old. But from the store, probably not good anymore. You could put them in water, and if they float, I think so if they float or if they sink, that tells you I don't remember which is which. So put them in water. If they float, they're good, and if they sink, they're bad. But it might be the other way around. I don't know. If they sink, they might be bad or good, and if they float, they might be bad. But that's how you tell with eggs. But you'll have to look it up, like which is which. And if they're like floating like in the middle of the water, that's bad too. They need to be like either all the way on top or all the way on the bottom. I don't remember which, but Google will know. Why is fish in your country so expensive? Like our country, one pair of glow tetras are 50 cents. Well, it's really regional. For instance, like rainbow fish in Australia are crazy expensive, and they're not crazy expensive here comparatively. So it probably just depends. Like fish, like in South America, fish are way cheaper because they don't have to travel halfway across the world. So yeah, there's lots of supply chain issues and supply and demand, all that kind of stuff. Glowfish are really cheap here though. Or glow tetras. They're like $1 here. So I wouldn't say that's so much more expensive. We are exploring further distances up than we have down. It's true. It is true. Floating is bad. Floating is bad. Okay. Floating is bad. Sink is good. I'm glad you all are here to help me out. Bob ever had a fish go missing in a tank and never turn up? Oh, yeah. All the time. It usually is like I find them on the floor like 2 years later when I'm moving a tank or moving a stand. Well, I guess that means they would come up. But it's not too common to, like, if I have 30 Tetras and, you know, one day I have 29 and I never see it again, it's not that uncommon. Have you ever seen a Mola ocean sunfish, 9 feet long and several tons, biggest bony fish? Mola. Well, this sure is an interesting looking creature. Oh, wait. I can do this. Boop. Mola. Tons. Interesting. I've never heard or seen that fish before. Learn something new every stream. I'm telling you. Epistos in New Zealand are $80 for 2. There you go. I can buy an Episto for $5. So again, stuff costs different money. What's like a gallon of gas in some South American countries is like 19 cents. Like it's free in a lot of countries, but here it's like $1 billion. Everything is different in different places of the world. No, I checked the website. One pair of glow tetras are $30. Well, nobody is buying them. Glow tetras are literally one of the cheapest tetras you can buy. So they're definitely not selling at $30 a pair. I mean, if someone is buying them for $30 a pair, then good for the seller. Like you pulled one over on them. I would eat that ugly fish. I mean, I don't know. How is it with Danny and her shed? She's kind of overwhelmed with water changes. Busy girl. But the shed's doing great. Fish are doing great. Plants are doing great. She's just working a lot lately. So outside of that, everything is going well. She's gonna come back on the stream here pretty soon. Hopefully, we talked about it the other day. I mean, I've been looking at Epistos and it's like $60. Well, shipping is going to increase the cost significantly. Hanker Shed is beautiful. I still remember when she had the tent. Absolutely inspirational. One of the reasons I'm now doing plants in my fish room is because of her shed. What's the price of Tropheus in the U.S.? We can see. Where should I go to look at Tropheus? Let's just go to Aquabid and see Tanganyika. See what we got here. Tropheus. Why don't I just search Tropheus? How about that? Morpheus. Okay, so now I can come back here and I can go here. And we can't see because it's not on the screen. But, okay. So these Tropheus blue rainbows. Oh, that's not going to be a thing. This is the only one that has a price. Tropheus dubosii, $15 each. All these other ones don't have a price. They're just like, they have like a $10 bid, but the reserve price are like $100. Like this is one of the worst sellers on Aquabid. This Rare Fish USA guys, so annoying. So annoying. Rare Fish USA, if you're watching, your auctions are really annoying. Sorry, but they are. Where else can I go for Tropheus? Let's see. Current stock. Lake Tanganyikan cichlids. We'll go to Tropheus. Here you go. And we'll come back to Firefox. Tropheus Morai 16, 24, 20. There you go. $16 to $24. There's definitely more expensive ones, like the rainbow, like the red rainbows are usually more expensive. The yellow, whatever, I can't remember the name, are more expensive. Well, there you go. I want Tropheus Dubosii. They're pretty neat. I don't like that they lose their spots, though. That's kind of disappointing. I do like glow barbs. Nothing wrong with liking glow barbs. Hey, go on Google and look up blobfish. I know about the blobfish. I used the blobfish for a thumbnail like 2 months ago. Steve Edwards says, thanks, Bob. You a legend. I don't know a legend of what, but I'm the legend of blobfish. How about that? Tropheus are the Puget Sound. Wait, what? Around the Puget Sound, I've noticed range from $20 to $45 depending on which type of juveniles. I don't even see them around here. I mean, I don't look just because we're not in African cichlid territory here, so I don't even look for African cichlids here. Yellow Blaze would be a Malawi cichlid. What is it, like the Lethrinops something Yellow Blaze? I don't remember. They aren't too bad there. I can't wait to see live stream with Danny. Yep, it's been a while. We were trying to do them once a month, and then just life kind of got in the way. I got flooded. She has like 18 jobs now, so we'll figure it out. Hey, can I keep cherry shrimp with glow tetras, glow Daniels, and cardinal tetras? I don't think that would be a problem as long as you have lots of places for them to hide. They should be all right. Mutt guppies here are 12 to 15 bucks. That's crazy. That is crazy. Did you go skating Saturday? No. Normally I go skating on Sunday, but like I said, I was sick yesterday, so I didn't go. But Sunday is skating day. Sunday. So if you're in the area and you want to go skating on Sunday, I'll be there. Thanks for the... What? Thanks for the invite? Thanks for the invite, SLC. Is that Susan for SLC? I don't know. Days Rare Fish in San Antonio has a variety of Tropheus juvies for $16 to $25, but you need to get 10. Oh. We could check where I get my cichlids. I don't know why I didn't just go there first. Connection failed? I don't think so. I have connection. What are you doing? Yeah, get out of here. Do I have connection? What happened here? Well, that's interesting. It's not working. Well, never mind. I guess I can't check his fish. Do you skate in Everett or Marysville? Everett? SLC Punk? South Lake City? Cardinal Tetras are 9 for 1, 40 for 5. That's Susan who invited me to see this great live stream. Well, thank you, Susan, and thank you, Stubbs, for coming and checking it out. I hope you have fun. We got about 40 minutes left every Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific. We are here for 2 hours. Son of a quack, roller skating. I did roller skate the other week for the first time in like a decade. Wow, once you slip and fall on your behind, the wind just gets knocked out of you. But it's fun to watch people fall. That sounds mean, but not everyone, but some people definitely deserve to fall. Is the ruby red ram just a fancier way of saying blue? I've never heard of a ruby red ram. Let me look it up. Let's look it up. Let's see. This just looks like a German blue ram to me. Oh wait, no, wrong picture. Let's go here. Just another generic name for Bolivian ram. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Ruby clown ram was their first old common name when they entered the hobby. Their purebred Bolivian ram. Yep. Just a different name of the same fish. Frank says, good night from New York City. See you later, New York City. All of yous. All of yous. All of yous. I love if they were real, though. A bright red Bolivian ram would be great. A bright red of a lot of fish would be great. But I especially do love Bolivian rams, so. Some sites sell Bolivians as ruby reds. Wow, I've never, ever seen that before. Let's see. What else we got here? I used to compete in figure skating. I got a variety of medals. That was a few years ago, though. My red Tropheus was a killer and always protected the alpha in my cichlid tank. And always protected the alpha. Tropheus are definitely known for being very angry fish. What else have we got going on here? If they were real, let's see. Sounds like this. See you later. What? Oh, Visine skating wear Everett. Did it happen in 2020? What? I would love to do a giant tank of like red rainbow Tropheus. They're just way too expensive. Samantha says, I wish cichlids weren't what? Hey, from Kawartha Lakes, Ontario, Canada. Awesome, Canada. So I've been feeding flake heavy my 125 so I can ensure my cories get plenty of food, but I want to cut back. Can I feed my cories a pellet, or what would you recommend? Kenny, you can definitely do pellets. I would do them at night. If you're feeding your bottom feeders specifically, I would feed them at night. Because they're kind of diurnal, so they will be foraging around at night as well. And your other fish that are not will be sleeping. Not like always, but you know what I mean. Night from Ireland, folks. So we got Ireland, Canada. Nice. New Zealand has a lot of their pricing. New Zealand is here too. Where is somewhere? I want to get a map, and so then I could check like every country. Like, I wonder if I could get someone from every country. That's what I should do. Get a giant map and pin where people are watching from. Is that a thing? I feel like it should be a thing. Have you ever fed your cories really small pieces of raw shrimp? Not brine shrimp, but the kind we eat. Not specifically. So I just probably once every couple weeks I throw in frozen shrimp in all my tanks, and yeah, the cories will eat them. Mississippi hippie, hello. What's up from Maine? Maine. How's she going, eh? I'm always surprised is that the water plants in the USA cost much more than in the Netherlands. We pay around $3 US. Like, so you're saying like an Anubias in the Netherlands is like $3? That would make sense why you guys always have like super nice aquascaped planet tanks. I mean, Sri Lanka is here too. Oh, Sri Lanka. I want to go there so bad. You have no idea. What do you do with dehumidifier water? Is it good for anything aquarium related, or keep it for watering terrestrial plants? So the dehumidified water, or water that you get out of your dehumidifier, is like RO water. It is So there's basically like no mineral content at all. So I definitely wouldn't put it back in my aquarium, and it's basically useless if you gave it to plants. There's no mineral content at all. Mine just goes right outside. I just dump it on the lawn, whatever. But yeah, it's not good for drinking. It's not really. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. It's like RO water. It's got nothing in it. Mississippi Hippie. Oh, Mary Page says hello. It is a thing. It is a thing. I don't know what that means, but okay. I just realized this is actually live. I've been listening in the background while cleaning my tanks. Australia, $55 for a pissogramma here. Man, I don't know why fish are so expensive in Australia. It's really weird to me. Especially rainbow fish. Like, that makes no sense. Get it at Costco? What are we getting? What are we getting? I love the meatloaf. I could really go for some Costco meatloaf right now. Can you please search Minma Farm and check whether they export fish to your country from our country? Okay. I will check my browser. Sri Lanka? Minma Aqua International on Facebook. All right, so it's closed right now. It opens at 9 a.m. I don't see a website for them. I just see their Facebook group, so I'm not sure. Let me check this website. No. Yeah, I don't see an actual website. Just their Facebook group. And they don't have a link to a website either in Facebook. And they have a Gmail email, so that doesn't help either. Looks like they got a lot of interesting guppies, though. When was the last time they actually posted? They haven't posted in almost exactly 2 years. So, not very active on Facebook. They post about as often as I post videos. How about that? Can you have an Asian arowana in Australia? That's a good question. I have discus with hole in the head. I can't get much in the way of meds. Is it true that you can use Epsom salt? You can do salts, and most importantly is going to be a really, really good diet and really, really, really clean water. Like, that would be my priority over any meds, over salt. And honestly, if there wasn't any type of like infection or, any type of fungus or anything like that, I probably wouldn't even use salt. I would just separate it, quarantine it, super clean water, and really, really, really good food. Are you interested in coming to Knoxville, Tennessee, asking for my fish friends? I'm interested in going to Tennessee for Fish Rooms Fever's show. If that is in Knoxville, then yes, I am interested in coming to Knoxville. They have a big collection of Malawi cichlids. I do like African cichlids. No Asian arowana in Australia. Oh yeah, I forgot. You are from Australia. Strange issue. I can't get any nitrates in my tank. Partial water changes at most once a week. Feed twice a day. Every time I test my water, it's 0 for everything and nitrogen. My plants are suffering. So I would be curious what you're using to test your nitrogen. If it's the API liquid test kit, that's probably one, in my opinion, one of the most unreliable tests out there. It is very, very rare to actually have 0 nitrates. Very rare. It is possible, but extremely rare. If I were you and your plants were showing signs of nitrogen deficiency, I mean, I would just fertilize it. Get Easy Green. Get any type of fertilizer. And please remember to hit the like button, as Ginger says. Please remember to hit the like button. Very important. 1K, let's go. 1K what? Most wild fish comes from QLD in North Australia. It's like Newark to LA, kind of distance to ship. And then you have to 4-wheel drive off-road streams. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Just counted there are 17 reptile species to choose from, but only 10 you could really find for sale in New Zealand. That's brutal. I'm using the API liquid test kit. So here's the problem with the liquid API test kit is that you have to shake that thing vigorously for like an hour. And I'm exaggerating, but I forget how long it says to do it in the instructions, but you have to do it like way longer than it says. I mean, you basically have to put it in like a paint mixer and just let it go crazy for like a minute. It's really easy to not get an accurate reading off of that. It's the only one from the API test kit that's like that. And I know this because I used to do the same thing. I'm like, why am I always at zero nitrates? And I started reading forums and going online, and like everyone having this problem, and everyone saying you gotta shake it more. When you think you've shaken it enough, shaken it enough, you gotta shake it some more. And I don't know. Never been a fan of the nitrate part of the liquid test kit. When I go nitrates now, I use the strips, and people love to crap on the test strips, but honestly, the nitrate, in my opinion, is way more reliable on a test strip than the liquid kit. But again, the best test is going to be your plants. If they're showing signs of nitrate deficiency, then you really don't need to test at all. And this is why I love Planet Tanks, because you can pretty much, once you get good at Planet Aquariums, you'll never have to test your water again. You'll always know what's going on in your aquarium if you have plants in there. It's probably the most valuable thing you can do. Plants in your aquarium, I'll never not do it. My API test kit shows zero nitrate every time. Yep. Like, I've seen people get in like almost fist fights over like zero nitrates, and someone saying, no, your test kit is wrong. No, I have zero nitrates. And it's just like, man, first of all, why are you getting upset over something so ridiculous? Second of all, you have nitrates. Your fish are pooping. If I ever get a lizard, it would be a thorny devil. Those are pretty neat. I actually had those way back in the day. Very tough diet. Keep that in mind, but still a very cool lizard. In my opinion, test strips are more accurate because they eliminate user error. Yeah, I think there's a fair amount of user error. Like one drop. Like the drops, are they always the same amount? Every drop is a little bit different. Like, I don't know. Like, obviously, it's not the most difficult thing in the world to use a liquid test kit, but I've rarely come across problems on test strips. Like, even in my like super jungle, like no room for fish to swim, there's that many plants, there was still nitrates. Like, so I don't know, it's really rare to actually have zero. I just found out that Tinawa Creek is just up the road from Ceres Creek, and both are only around 1 hour from me. Oh man, I would be there like tomorrow. Are you kidding me? I actually know those creeks, which is kind of funny. Get a black throat. That's what I would have. If I was in like Florida or Arizona, I would definitely have a black throat because it would need to be outside. It needs an outdoor enclosure. Like it's like 8 feet long. What do you think of Carib Sea Eco? I think I really love that substrate. It's tough for me to justify over. It's right around $1 a pound. It is honestly probably my favorite planted substrate. When it goes, sometimes you can get it on Amazon for like $15 or $16, and I'll usually buy up a bunch of it then. Otherwise, I don't know. It's just a lot of money. I want a red-tail boa just so I can ask people if they want to see my boa constrictor. There's a lot of other boa constrictors that are smaller and easier to take care of. Bob, what fish and terrestrial critter combo would you do in a 12x12 18 Paludarium? Honestly, I'm not a fan of the 12x12x8s. They're really small. And if you're doing a land and water section, I mean, that's going to be like maybe a gallon of water. Like maybe a little more, but it's probably going to be right around a gallon. There's not much you can do in that. I mean, I would probably do shrimp and then maybe some type of like dwarf gecko, like morning geckos or something like that. Mine lives in the basement. Do you have a black throat monitor? No way do you have a a black throat monitor. They are so awesome. Oh, if you actually have a black throat monitor, I would be super jealous. Been propagating a bunch of pothos out of my gourami tank for about a month or two now, and the roots are like 4 inches long. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Does Eco Complete need additional fertilizers added? It really depends on the plants. Obviously, and if you have high lighting, then yeah, you're gonna need to add fertilizer. So there's a few variables there, but generally if you're using Eco Complete, you're gonna be using fertilizers too. I mean, if you're actually buying Eco Complete, you're enough of a plant nerd that you're probably gonna have fertilizers too. I've set up auto water change system in my 15-gallon fry grow out tanks. Can you change too much water? Is 50% daily overkill? I mean, as long as you're not worried about like contaminants coming in through your water, there's really no. I mean, I know people that do 100% water changes daily in fry tanks. So, yes, I really do. I named him Alduin, and he is 4 years old. That is so awesome. I would be like so hyper aware of my food bill because I'm already like spending so much money on between fish and 3 gigantic dogs that honestly, like a giant monitor lizard, I would probably have to like grow my own rabbits or chickens or something. Well, I'd get quail and rabbits, I think. Quail and rabbits. Got a buddy with 2 tegus. See, tegu, that's way more manageable. Like a 3-foot lizard is a 3 foot 20-pound lizard is way more manageable than an 8-foot like 120-pound lizard. Man, I seriously want a superfly ball python just so I can name him Jimmy Stucca. All right, if you say so. Superfly. The vampire crabs. And then try searching Mineral Aquarium. I'm not importing fish, anyways. All you reptile lovers, did you hear Fred Grunwald passed? Name kind of rings a bell. Fred Grunwald died in 1987. That's probably not him. Fred Grunwald, November 30th, age 67. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. Yeah. Now that I see a picture of him. I did not know that. This guy's like an OG, like original gangsta. Matter of fact, I think when I was getting my master's in herpetology, we had to read some material of his, if I remember correctly. Our pet food bill monthly is on par with ours for sure. Our pet food bill is on par with ours. What? I named mine a Bobby Boy. Okay. Tegus are like little dogs. Yes, Tegus are definitely very dog-like. I cuddle with my dog. I wouldn't cuddle with a Tegu. There is a guy that cuddles with his black throat monitor, and I'll show it to you. His name is Big Boy. Big Boy. I'm not going to play the video, but I'll show you because I don't want to get copyright. But here you go. Wait. Let me just make sure there's nothing inappropriate on here really quick. All right. Okay. Whoa, I'm really slouching. See? There he is, cuddling with his black throat monitor. And this guy, his name is Big Boy, and when he calls him, he comes running, just like a dog. Pretty awesome. They just sit there and watch TV together. You can watch this whole video. Like, yeah, just type in black throat monitor, Big Boy. Our pet food bill is on par with our food bill, aka we spend... Okay. Now that's making a little more sense. So you spend just as much on your pet's food as you do for your own food. I probably spend more on my pets. Actually, it's probably pretty even. I'm fortunate that I do get a lot of fish food for free. Not so much dog food though. K2, just lurking tonight, but awesome stream, Bob. Thank you. I appreciate it. I love that guy. That rhino iguana is amazing. Yeah, he's got multiple different huge lizards. It's crazy. How can I clean my top filter, not hang on back? I don't know what a top filter is. Not hang on back. Top filter. Sorry, man. I don't know. I don't know what that is. It's probably called something completely different here in the U.S. than what it's called in Sri Lanka. LOL, is the lizard cuddling over there for body heat? Probably not, because he lives in California, so it's probably pretty warm. He's very domesticated. Like if you watch the videos, he like follows him around. They're like best buds. LOL, Bob, I bet you do too. Wait, what? What do I do? I want a blue tongue skink. Blue tongue skinks are nice because they're like garbage disposals. You can feed them almost anything. I mean, obviously you want to feed them a majority of like veggies and stuff, but they will eat just about anything. Bob, if you ever come to the Detroit area, you have to check out the Reptarium. You would love a place. You would love it. Is it a like store or is it like a zoo or I spend a fortune on pet food too. It's true. I can relate. I definitely can relate. Kyle, what's going on, buddy? Some guy in my LFS watched how much frozen food I was buying and said, "That's a lot of food." Yes, sir. I have a lot of fish. Yes. Luckily, I can buy that at wholesale as well. If I didn't get free food and food at wholesale, I would definitely be spending way more on pet food than I do on my own food. By the way, I am just 11 years old. Well, welcome to the stream, my friend. You got to breed all your own feeders. Starts off a little expensive, but as of now, I spend nothing on food for all my critters. That's why like dubia roaches are the best. Also, puffers love dubia roaches. I would love a macaw or some large parrot, but only if I free flighted it. I want a toucan, but they're very hard to take care of. Definitely, need a very high skill level, and they're like 10 grand. So, yeah, that's never gonna happen. I bet you spend more on your dog's food than yourself. Just dogs, yeah. I mean, it's right around, like, depending on what I buy, and stuff is on sale, it's anywhere between $200 and $300 a month. My average trip to the grocery store is right around like 50, and I go, I don't know, like every 10 days or so. So yeah. Well, that's not true. I guess when I go to the grocery store and buy meat, it's way more, but I don't buy meat every time. I only buy it when it's on sale and then freeze it. I don't know. I probably spend more. I found a blue-tongued lizard in my gum boot once. Gum boot. They were eating all the bugs that fell off the verandag porch light. Oh, I see. A dubia gang. Dubia roaches are amazing. Like some people get freaked out over cockroaches. I don't understand it. Like, they don't stink, they don't climb, they're super clean, they're quiet. Like, if you're okay with crickets but not okay with dubia roaches, then you really need to get in the know, because crickets are nasty. They be nasty. I don't do crickets. The owner of the Reptarium, the Brian Barchek guy. Yeah. I know that dude. I've seen him around. It's an interactive zoo in Sterling Heights, has a YouTube channel, Brian Bursiak. He has like a couple YouTube channels, I think, right? Bob only eat Wagyu beef. That's not true, however, Costco right now has Wagyu beef jerky, and it is so good. I'm telling you, it is amazing. So good. So good. A 40-year-old cockatoo. She is a handful, sweet with an occasional attitude. I've had her for 40 years. Wow. That's amazing. I love it. What kind of dog food are you getting? So I have, most of my dog food comes from a local butcher. And then I buy, kibble for when somebody watches my dog, because it's kind of an ordeal making their food out of raw meat. And, I don't want like people that watch my dogs when I'm like camping or whatever. I'd have to go through that. So it's just easier to give them kibble in that scenario. So I always keep kibble around for that. And then mostly make my own dog food from the butcher. When I made dog food, I would ask my local butcher to save cow heart and tongue for me. Super cheap, and they loved it. Like turkey neck is really cheap and a good snack. Like, obviously you don't want to feed them only turkey necks, but that's like another really good thing for them to chew on. Turkey necks. I have a leopard gecko that will be 19 in January, and have been buying bugs for that long too. 19-year-old leopard gecko. That's impressive. That's kind of rare in the hobby, to be honest. It's veranda, Bob. The veranda. What did I say? Veranda? I didn't know you could buy toucans as pets. Yeah. Yep. 2 years ago at the local reptile expo of all places, they had a toucan for sale. What's the longest you've kept a fish? I've had my bala shark for like 6 years. That's probably the longest. Roaches are far more nutritious and much better for your animals. I know this much. Higher protein to exoskeleton ratio, if I remember. Yeah, way more nutritious. And also, you can eat them yourself. Like, nobody wants to eat crickets. But, if you need some extra protein in your diet, just go in your roach bin. Grab a couple roaches. Super nutritious. Really good for you. Very clickbait titles. Yep. But he has like 1 million subs, right? You got to do the clickbait if you want to get to 1 million subs. Is hygrophila easy to keep? Hygro. Generally, yes. I'm 13, but I've spent like my whole life learning how to take care of every pet that I can, but not the bad pets like a monkey. What's wrong with sugar gliders? I used to have sugar gliders. Sugar gliders are super awesome. I would never condone keeping a monkey, but sugar gliders aren't bad. I had an anole once. You mean an annulment? You mean? We have what kind of birds are. I have 2 red ear sliders that are turning 23 this year. We've had them since hatchlings. That's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So I just got 4 mascara barbs for $20. I feel like I want something and I just had to share. Wish they would have had more. No one knew what they were. Mascara barbs are pretty rad. Kind of spendy, so that's pretty cool. So Bob, do you let cute puppies lick your face after their special meals? I generally don't let the dogs lick my face at any time because I don't enjoy it. But they will, especially my Doberman, will ninja kiss me all the time. Like, will just kind of sneak up and stare at me, and I'll be like, what do you want? And he just stares at me, so I'm like, okay, whatever. And the next thing he'll pow, right in the kisser, and he licks my face. I'm like, oh, you son of a biscuit. But generally, though, if I can help it, at no point do I let them lick my face. Next video, I want to see you eat a roach. Well, that's like doomsday scenario, right? Like, if it ever hits the fan and I need food, you better believe I'm going to be pumping out dubia roaches left and right. Any setup tips for building a paludarium with a waterfall feature? Brandon, this is going to be the worst advice you've ever got. But I would go on YouTube and watch every video I can find. Really, that's the best way. It just is. You'll get a ton of ideas and like some I don't know. There's just so many different ways to do it. I wouldn't even know where to begin. I really thought they were hard or really exotic pet. Who, what, where, when? Sugar gliders? Were you the one talking about sugar gliders? I already lost it. Pow, right in the kisser. I'm telling you. And they do. He does. Like, this dog is the most affectionate dog ever. He wants hugs and he wants kisses, and that's it. Just nonstop. I'm debating switching to feeding frozen every day, which will really increase fish food bill. Is it true that feeding frozen will create less nitrates and phosphates due to less density? I don't know that I'm on board with less nitrates, but I'm on board with less phosphates. I think if anything, you'll get more nitrates, but it would be healthier if that makes sense. But it also depends on the fish, right? Not all fish are going to want frozen food every single day. Variety is the spice of life. Spice of life. Spicy crickets are already sold at major league ballparks, so it's only a matter of time. It was really just a matter of time. That's what I'm doing now, getting inspired for my first Paludarium. They're really awesome. Like, I'm slowly converting my 125 to a Paludarium. I call it a Paludarium, but there's no land section, so technically it's not, but I still call it a Paludarium. Just because it's half full of water. Do you have a Phantom Arowana? No. Bob, do you obedience train your dogs? Yes and no. I do. I don't take them anywhere like to get trained, but I do train my dogs in some things and not in other things. I don't know. I'm very picky on what I teach them and what I let them just do on their own. And it's probably not as much as I should. When I had one dog, like my husky right here, like she was the most trained dog ever because I had one dog. Like, I had lots of time. Like, she would never leave the property. I spent years teaching her never to leave the property, so we didn't have a fence. We didn't have the invisible fence, anything like that. She would never leave the property. Just all kinds. Wouldn't take food from strangers. Like, that's something I would always tell people to train your dog. And that's what I'm working with my dogs right now specifically, is not taking food from strangers. Because what's the point of having killer dogs if you can just walk up with a piece of bologna and be like, here you go. All right. Bypass that security threat. Right? Right? Right. Frozen every day made my pumpkin seed sunfish grow like crazy. Yeah. I'm not saying not to do it. I'm just saying just be careful and watch the diet, because not all fish would enjoy that. There's no way I could let a dog lick my face. They lick their ass. Yeah, but they say like a dog's mouth is super clean, which doesn't make sense because I'm watching my pit bull lick his butthole right now, and that just doesn't seem clean. But everything you read online, they're like a dog's mouth is super clean, and I'm just like, I'm not really buying it. But if you say so, right? Right? Can you come here? Can you come here? Come on. He's so confused. I teach him not to jump up, and then I ask him to jump up. Huh. Right? Oh, see, and then I get the hug. Don't, see? He tried to do it. I know you're gonna... See, he'll come in for the hug, and then he'll, like, bloop, and, like, jump up and lick my face real quick. I hate it. It's so annoying. I'm going back in food with making gel food, pellets, and some frozen. Fun fishology. I think making your own gel food is an excellent idea. Can you show your dogs or a dog? Well, you just saw one of them. They're in lazy mode right now because I just fed them before the stream, and they like to sleep afterwards. Apparently 80% of fish tank nerds have other pets also. It makes sense, right? I think pet people are just pet people. If you like animals, you like animals. Monday night live stream. Monday. That's just an old wives' tale? Well, let me just see. Are dogs' mouth cleaner than humans? How about that? In fact, dogs have more than 600 different types of bacteria in their mouth, which is similar number to the 615 counting types of bacteria Harvard researchers found in humans. So it's about the same, according to Harvard. On a quick DuckDuckGo search, it's about the same. So really, if I don't let a dog lick my face, then UPS are living the dream. You can't lick my face either because you have just as much bacteria as a dog. So there you go. We had a Doberman that was so well trained. My mom put her on a downstay for almost an hour and came back, and she was sitting. This dog, you want to know what's crazy about this dog? Come on. That's where my feet go. Okay, come here. No, come here. I know you're not supposed to. Okay, there you go. This guy right here will sleep sitting. I'm not even kidding. He'll get up on his couch and he'll sit down and fall asleep sitting up. It's the craziest. I've never seen a dog do that ever. And he just kind of lowers his head, closes his eyes, and falls asleep. Huh. Oh, see? I kind of instigated that, but that's what he does. There you go. Okay. Pets are just the best. I agree. We have a husky Pooh. He's a husky and a poodle mix. He's funny looking little guy, but I bet that is an amazing dog. Like a husky and poodle. On one hand, you have a dog that sheds like crazy, and on the other hand, you have a dog that doesn't shed at all. So, which is it? Does your husky Pooh shed or not? I don't know. That's an interesting combination. Kenneth has 2 dogs, a cat, a lizard, and a lot of fish. Braxton, come here. He's sleeping. He's like, I don't want to get up. Braxton, come here. Will you come here for a treat? Are you hungry? You want a treat? Oh, hey. Do you want a treat? Come here. Oh yeah, now he's gonna come. Go sit down. Nope. Hey, you. Go sit down. Good boy. Oh, don't knock over my light. Braxton, come here. Braxton, come on. Come here. It's okay. Come here. All right, come here. Oh, don't be camera shy. Now he's not gonna come. Okay, come here. Not you. There you go. You got one anyways. Danican Aquatic, what's going on? What's going on, buddy? Miss Ardobi, such amazing dogs. I agree. Well, come here. Jeez. No love from you tonight, huh? Dang. I guess he doesn't want to be on camera. He's camera shy. What's up, fish people? It may both shed and need haircuts. My dog has a mixed coat. Ninja Kiss, yes, Ninja Kiss. Cujo was a Saint Bernard. If I don't know. I've actually never seen the movie. Not only did he not come here, he left the room. There is a Shar-Pei Husky mix at the dog something, and it looks so cool. Come here. Come here. Man, why are you being such a wuss tonight? You big weenie. L7 weenie. That's what you are. He's mad because I woke him up. Now he's pouting. Secret History living in your aquarium. Welcome to the Steen Dream team, which is weird because you were in the live stream on Saturday. Must have just expired. Thanks for re-signing up, buddy. I appreciate it. Welcome the Secret. I need a road trip out west ASAP. Okay. All right. Well, I guess you just get the one dog tonight. That's all. Welcome, and good night. It's that time. We made it 2 hours. The goal was an hour, and I crushed that, so I don't know. We made it 2 hours. What can I say? I lost my last Great Dane last year, and I'm almost ready for another dog. Yeah. The only reason I was able to get dogs after I lost my Husky back there was because I already had a dog, and then I didn't want him to be lonely. And I took in a dog to foster and never gave it back. And that'll happen. That's actually how I got the Doberman, too. I fostered the Doberman, never gave it back. Fostered Braxton over there, never gave him back. And that's how I have 3 dogs. All from the same shelter. But anyways, everyone, I want to thank everyone for coming and hanging out. It was a lot of fun. Sorry that if I sounded weird or made weird noises from being sick. Next week, I won't be sick anymore, so those weird noises will go away if there was any. Thanks, everyone, for super chatting, for liking, for joining, participating, and lurking. And a special thanks to all my subscribers. If you're not subscribed and you're here, why are you not subscribed? Hit the subscribe button.